Women got an issue, fellas. They got an issue with us, all right? They got an issue with us judging them for their promiscuity. They think that because we are in such a forward-thinking society, they think that the number of sexual partners one has should not be the basis upon which one should be judged. Which, looking at it from a logistical standpoint, it's valid. It's valid. Shouldn't define you. But that's not how it works with humans. It's not how it works. We weren't built like that. And naturally, they don't like that. The women don't accept that. We don't like it. Let's address the main question. That is the title of this video. Does her body count matter? Well, that depends, my nigga. You fucking her or you cuffing her? It's just one of two. If you fucking her, no, it doesn't really. If you cuffing her, yes, it does. Okay, so there's differences, right? Let me give you my personal opinion on why it shouldn't matter if you fucking her. Like, for me, I'm a little bit different. This is my personal opinion. This is not based on fact. But for me, if a woman happens to let it be known what her body count is to me, and I have no intentions of anything more than beating the doonies off her, right? I treat it like a high score. I'm just thinking, okay, if you fuck 30 niggas, I'm trying to be top 5. Number 1 even. I'm trying to beat the game. Trying to leave a lasting impression. But that's just my ego, because I'm a bit of a narcissist, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, bro, if it's a girl that I have no intention of committing to, I'm trying to beat the game. I'm trying to get the high score, bro. I'm trying to win. I play to win, bro. What the fuck you talking about? But that's obviously if I have no intentions of anything more than a fun night, right? It's an entirely different ballgame when the option is a relationship. That's completely different. Now we're in a different territory. So why does it matter for a relationship? Well, if there are any women watching, I'm just going to be honest with you. If we are considering you for wifey status, the mere thought of another man touching you is repulsive to us. It is anathema. It is haram. Because when we consider you something more than just a body, we take possession. We take ownership. We become territorial, right? And when we're territorial, we become very cognizant of whoever else had access to our territory. If we find out that our territory was his, everybody's territory, it's not really worth planting my flag. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. So one of the main reasons why past matters is because we're territorial. We don't like the idea of someone else having claim to you. Okay? It just doesn't sit right with us. We can't perform optimally and be the best partner that we can be if we know that you've had X amount of other partners. You feel me? So that's the first reason. Now, I mean, we can talk about men all day, but, you know, women will say, well, nah, but I mean, that's just you being insecure and blah, blah, blah. You're immature and you need to grow up. We're adults, blah, 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 right? Well, there is actually another biological, scientific reason for why you shouldn't have a high body count and why it does matter. See, when a woman has a high body count, her ability to pair bond is extremely limited, if there at all. Actually, it might almost be non-existent, because pair bonding is basically when a woman becomes attached to a man. When that man becomes everything to you, all that in a bag of chips. So the reason why high body counts are so problematic is because if you can't pair bond with me, there's nothing stopping you from leaving me for another guy that is better than me. Nothing stopping you at all. Men always say, yeah, I want a woman with a low body count. Initially, yes, it's because of territory, but also it's because women cannot be optimal partners when they have high body counts. It's very simple. It's very simple. Listen, hypergamy is always on. It's always on. And what hypergamy is a woman's natural instincts to find the best and most optimal mate to carry and protect her offspring, right? If hypergamy is always on and is never turned off, then the woman will never be able to settle. And that's a problem, obviously. So how did biology combat that? Well, they allowed for women to become easily attached during sex, which meant that when they pair bonded, they were no longer able to operate at a high state or high level of hypergamy. The hypergamy temporarily shuts off. What do I mean by that? When you are dating a girl and she's had a few bodies, let's say sub 10, right? It's very easy for her to fall in love with you and become attached to you. And let's just describe that behavior. What happens when she falls in love with you and becomes attached? You become her entire world. No other man exists to her, right? It's just you. You're it. You're like God personified to her, really. And that is the power of the pair bond. When you're pair bonded with a woman, it doesn't matter if Drake DMs her, Michael B. Jordan, Chris Hemsworth, Future, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It could be the most high status male on the entire planet. It doesn't matter who it is that approaches her or tries to take her away, because she is pair bonded to you. She doesn't see anybody else. And that is the one weapon that men have against hypergamy. Because if she's not pair bonded to you, her DMs are open. Her options are open. She's always looking for the next one. You're here for a good time, not a long time, my G. You are just a placeholder. You have no staying power. If I had to compare it to something, women are like stickers. When you first get a new sticker and you put it on a surface, it's very hard to take off. It's stuck there real hard, right? But let's say you manage to take it off and then you put it on a different surface and it's a little bit easier to take it off, right? And then you put it on another surface and it's a little bit easier. And you just repeat this process until suddenly the sticker can no longer be called that because it doesn't stick to anything. The same can be said for a woman the more men she sleeps with. The first man she sleeps with, attached. The second man, attached. The third man, okay, slightly less attachment, and so on until she has no longer a strong ability to attach to any man. She's always going to be looking for the next best thing. So it is always in your best interest when you're considering someone to have a long, prosperous future with. You have to find someone that has a low body count, because it's not just because we're insecure. It's not just because we're emotional. It's because you literally cannot be an optimal partner if you have too many bodies. You can't. How is a guy supposed to relax? How is a guy supposed to believe that you are his if you have had 40 bodies and you no longer can pair bond with a man? How can I chill out when your hypergamy is working overtime? Yes, you're with me, but I'm just here right now. The nigga in your DMs, he seems a little bit better than me, doesn't he? The nigga that approached you on the street yesterday, he seems a little bit better than me, doesn't he? You're always keeping your options open because you're not stuck to me. You're not pair bonded with me because you lost that ability with the number of sexual partners that you accumulated. I mean, it's not just insecurity. There's a reason why this is a thing. It's nature. It's biology. Now that I've explained why a body count does matter, well, let's think about how we can identify women with high body counts. First off, we have to go off of general behavior. Now, behavior would entail how she acts around men, what she thinks of men, how she treats men, and how she operates in a space where she thinks no accountability will be required. This is a very good indicator of a woman that has a high body count, because if she treats men with disdain, if she's disrespectful, if she's not in any way ladylike, most likely she's been through some type of trauma. Not just a one-off, multiple types of trauma, right? And that can only happen with a large number of bodies. That's the only way it could happen. Next, her attitude towards you and her behavior towards you. Now, normally, let me not say normally, because it's not even really normal anymore. But when a woman has a low body count and you are courting her, she is very attentive to you. She looks forward to speaking with you and communicating with you. She's eager to see you, and when she does see you, she is more prone to enjoy your company, provided that you're doing your job correctly as the man. But if she has a high body count, she's taking everything that you do for granted. Everything. She's not communicating with you in a way that shows her interest. She's playing games. She's not really weighing you as a priority in her life because she thinks that you are just another body. When you look at it from that lens, you already know she's not the one to be giving any type of serious relationship thought to, right? And lastly, the level of attention that she gives you. When a woman has a low body count and she's attracted to you, she gives you almost all of her attention, bro. Like, it is, you're kind of low-key smothered a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? But that's how you know that she doesn't deal with men often, because she's giving you all of her energy and time and attention. But if she's been around the block a few times, she's not really gonna give you any of that. She's gonna make you work for every scrap of attention that she'll give you. Now, it's funny because men and women are opposite. This works very effectively if you are the man, but if you're the woman, it doesn't work. And the reason why is because when men have to work for vagina, right? When they have to work to get the woman that they want, they will always put the women above them. And the problem with that is that a woman is not supposed to be above you. She's supposed to follow you and be behind you. But when a woman is chasing the affections of a man and he makes her work, she puts him above her naturally because she earned him. And she is in what? Her natural position, which is behind the man. We're completely opposite. I know. So, just to close out, her body count matters not because of insecurity, but because of biology. She literally was not built to have a high body count and be a successful life partner. It's one or the other. Either she's a whore or she's a wife. You cannot do both. She can't whore in her 20s and wife in her 30s. It does not revert. Once it's gone, it's gone. You have to do something super extraordinary to get her to pair bond with you. And does she deserve that? Really? Does she deserve that type of treatment? No, she doesn't. You're not insecure for wanting to know her body count. There's a reason why. It's literally in your nature to want a woman that is able to commit and be attracted and attached to you for the long term. It's in our DNA. It's already coded in us, bro. Our behavior is just an emulation of that. Modern society cannot erase that. It can't change it. That's it for today, guys. Just wanted to give you guys some insight onto that. Just a little side note. I still love the hoes, though. I still love the hoes, right? I just ain't gonna wife them. don't get it twisted. I'm just not gonna wife them. That's it. All right. I don't recommend you do either. You're welcome.